In a couple of days, I'm gonna be 32 people. That's right. Your boy is turning into unks. So yeah, I'm in my 30's. And, I've just been reflecting as I count these last couple of days of my 31 and I go into 32, right? And it's been a good year. I feel like I've grown a lot. I feel like I've learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? I, I know I'm not where I want to be in my life, and especially in the norm, what in society, right? People say that, you should be married by now, or you should have kids, or you should, have a career, you should have savings, you should be successful. Do you know what I mean? But like, I ain't got that. But at the same time, it's like, who's to say, like, when is the right time, right? Like, because I feel like it's very easy to get like disheartened on the internet, you know what I mean? Where everyone's telling you that you should be like this, you should live your life like this, you should have all of these things figured out, like, but at the end of the day, like, each individual is going to have their own individual experience of life, right? So how can a random stranger try to tell you or me when or how my life should be right now, right? So I ain't hearing none of that. However, of course, I'll be real. Like, I'm not happy where I wanna. I'm not where I wanna be yet. However, I know I'm on my way. Right? Yes, I'm not married. Yes, I don't have kids. Yes, I don't have a career. Yes, I don't even have no savings. Yes, I don't have a mortgage. I don't have a house. I'm renting. Yes, I'm working 9 to 5, and I'm literally living paycheck by paycheck. So maybe to the norms, like, I'm not doing great at all. And maybe I should have focused more in my 20's, right? As they say, right? Build in your 20's or build in your 30's, whatever. Like, again, I think it's subjective, innit? Each to their own. Like, someone could go to jail for 10 years and come out and have success, right? Look at KFC. Love me some Kentucky chicken. The KFC guy, what? He started KFC when he was like 60, 70 years old. Like, so many people like have success later on in their life, right? My point is, like, I don't think there's a set time or day or way of doing things. Like, even success is subjective. Your success might be different to someone else's success, right? But again, it's just easy to get, you know, disheartened, you know, from, what social norms are. And I'm just sharing that because I'm 30, and a year and a half ago, I made a decision that I was tired of the life that I'm living, right? I was tired of my reality. I was tired of just working for the sake of working. I was tired of leaving my dependence to an employer. I was tired that I wasn't financially free to support my family, to support myself. I just didn't feel free, and I was tired of feeling like trapped and just feeling like I'm just doing myself injustice and not tapping into my full potential, right? And I decided, no, like, I need to make a change. And that's what I did, right? And it's been a year and a half, and yes, I've shared I'm not where I want to be, but I did I have taken those steps towards that direction, right? To put things in perspective for the people that are new here, my day ones know already. If you're watching, like, comment, show me some love. But if you're new here, a year and a half ago, when I reflect, I had to leave London because I'd went broke. I didn't have a place to stay, so I was homeless. I was crashing at my friend's house in Liverpool. Didn't have work, so I didn't have an income. Started looking for work. Thank God, found a job. Created some income. Started living in like home shares. Started putting a bit of money on the side. Saved a bit. Then now I finally got a studio, so I still haven't got my flat, but I was able to save some money to start investing in an e-commerce brand that I'm building now. And in the end of the week, it should come. So reflecting, yes, it's nothing crazy, but from going from no money to homeless to no job to now having at least an income coming in. Yes, it's not my income. Yes, I'm still dependent on an employee. But again, it's important to be grateful, innit? Do your gratitude list, you know what I'm saying? There's always something to be grateful for. I'm grateful. Yes, it's not the job. It's yes, I want to work for myself. Yes, I'm working towards that, But at the same time, I'm not going to put shade on working because it's serving its purpose, isn't it? It's serving its purpose to put this roof over my head, to pay rent, to put food in my belly, right? To put money towards the side to invest in my online business, right? That I'm building now, right? So, I'm still taking those steps, and I'm not gonna not be grateful, right? Especially when I went from crashing at my friend's house to now having my own roof over my head and having an income coming in, those beginning stages of not even knowing where I'm going to get money from, like if I'm going to even get a job, am I going to be able to stay in Liverpool, all these things that I had when I first got here, right? To now, like, at least I have a steady income, at least I've got a roof over my head, at least I can feed myself, and I'm still pushing, to build this business now. So yes, again, I'm not where I want to be right now, and I'm definitely maybe not in the norm, but I share that to say that, listen, like, if you're 30, 40, 50, like, and you're not happy with your situation, and you just feel like, it's too late, or what's the point, like, and you've kind of like accepted that this is the life you live, this is your reality, just know that if you're not happy there, you can make a change and you can take action. And I don't want you to feel disheartened and feel like this is the cards I've been dealt, or I've made these decisions now, I've ended up like this and I can't change. But you can, as long as you do the inner work, you do reflection, you break down, your identity and find out what parts are not serving you, and build up a new version and start taking risk and start building up belief systems and start, building confidence and creating evidence. Like, you will bit by bit shift from your existing reality that you're not happy with, and you'll be slowly making your way to, this, desired reality that you want, right? But you have to believe it, right? You have to believe that it's not too late, that I'm not behind, and forget all of that, block all of that. Like, your journey is your journey, and that's how I feel. My journey is my journey. I'm on my way. I understand that success is written. I know success is gonna happen. I just can't tell you what speed it's gonna go at. I can't give you a due date. However, what I do know is that my old reality I no longer want. Do you get it? And I'm gonna keep heading towards that direction until I get the reality I want. And I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep going, and when it comes, it comes. Ain't no set date or time. Like, to be honest, I detached from it now. Like, I've detached. I'm just making sure I put in the work every single day. I started this a year and a half ago, so I was 30 and a half. Now I'll be 32 in a couple of days. And I signed the contract when I got to Liverpool, and when I had enough, when I was, down and out, And I said, Zach, like, you ain't gonna stop until you get the life you want. Because I think it was Tommy Robinson that said, and he said that the pain of being the same has to be stronger than the pain of change, you know? Like, it has to be so bad of your current situation has to be so bad, you have to be so disgusted that nothing could even come as close, as painful as that to the things you need to do to get out of that situation. So like the pain of maybe embarrassment, the pain of failure, the pain of judgment, the pain of discomfort. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go through all that pain than this pain of being in the same situation that I've been in years, being in the cycle of just working 9 to 5, just getting by, you know. That's why, like, regardless, like, I'll risk it and keep risking and keep risking. I'll keep failing and learning till I get the life I want. But I made that decision a year and a half ago when I was 30. So to say that, yeah, some people might comment or say, you know, it's too late, you're unks, you're 30, like, but like, again, people of 40s are caught success at 40s, at 50s, yeah, at 20s, at whatever. But at the end of the day, your journey is your journey, my journey is my journey. And I'm just reflecting on that on these next couple of days before I turn 32, literally on Sunday. And I have peace that I am on the way and I am taking the steps necessary to have the life that I want. And I know I've grown so far. Yes, again, I might not have the things that society expects you to have, but again, like, whose expectations are they, right? Whose norms are they? Like, as long as you do the work, as long as we keep pushing, we keep striving to, you know, better ourselves, better our situation, then, you know, we're on the right path, innit? But yeah, I know I said I wasn't gonna. The next video would be about me announcing that the stocks come, but I just wanted to jump on and share that because, you know what, it's easy to get disheartened, man, and feel like you're not doing enough or it's too late. But it's not too late. It's not too late to change. And don't underestimate how much you can grow in 6 months, in 12 months, in 24 months. So much growth can happen, you know, as long as you commit to doing that work. And you got to sign that contract. Literally, if you're tired of your situation right now, I'm telling you, get a piece of paper, write the date, and sign a contract and say, I dedicate everything. I dedicate 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years to my journey. I commit to doing everything necessary to get the desired life and reality I want, and that I won't stop until I tap into my full potential, and I will no longer stay mediocre. And you will. Anyways, peace and love, more life. If you like this video, like and subscribe. We've come a long way. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep documenting my journey as I push through my 30s and my 40s. And I can't wait to keep sharing my journey with you lot. But if you're on your journey, just remember, like, it's never too late. Wherever you are in your life, you can